Alright, so here we are today. We're going to be talking about post-war Germany all the way through the Berlin Wall. So in June 1945, Germany would be divided up into 4 Allied occupation zones. Russia, or what would become the Soviet Union, would take all of Eastern Germany. Western Germany would be divided up between the United Kingdom, the United States, and eventually France. Berlin, although it was 100 kilometers inside of Eastern Germany, would remain an important hub for post-war conferences and other post-war activities. So it too would be divided into sectors. The Soviet Union would take the eastern portion of Berlin, and Western Berlin would also then be divided between France, Great Britain, and the United States. Between 1945 and 1961, Cold War tensions, along with more than 3 million Eastern Germans defecting to Western Germany, would cause the Soviet Union to take an extreme measure by constructing a wall around all of Western Germany. And beginning in August 1961, the Russians would construct a massive wall that would be 12 feet high, 4 feet wide, and would have a steel pipe running along its top. On the Eastern German side, there was still fear for defectors, so the Eastern German police and military took extreme measures. They would have barbed wire stranded across one side with saw sand to detect footprints, as well as patrols, guard dogs,
woo, woo, woo,
and even floodlights to scare away any possible defectors. But even with this risk, between 1961 and 1989, more than 5,000 Eastern Germans would defect to Western Germany successfully, many taking extreme measures by climbing into multi-story buildings and jumping over the wall, riding in hot air balloons across the wall, or attempting to ram the wall with cars at high speeds. Until November 9th, 1989, when the Eastern German government would hold a very rare international press conference to announce changes in some of its policies. This press conference would last for more than 1 hour. Towards the end of his press conference, the German spokesperson would announce that all Eastern Germans would be free to cross at their will. The press panicked at this announcement, asking when this policy would take effect, if it would ever change, how long would it last. The spokesman quickly scrambled for an answer and answered them with midnight. As news quickly spread throughout all of Eastern and Western Germany, crowds began to gather towards the wall. At the stroke of midnight, the gates came open at the wall, and Eastern Germans began to flood into Western Germany. Both Eastern and Western German citizens began to tear down the wall with sledgehammers and by hand until machinery came in to begin to tear down the wall. And on that fateful day, November 9th, 1989, began the end of communism in Germany.